Hi, my name is Callie Davis, and this is the Technology Supported Innovation presentation. We're going to talk about assessment and differentiation and the importance of both. Assessment ultimately is the act of making a judgment about something. It's the process of documenting knowledge and skills for education purposes. According to Moon, integral to a teacher making good decisions is the use of high-quality data. High-quality information leads to effective decision-making, and it is the professional responsibility of each teacher to collect the highest quality assessment information to use to make those decisions. When planning instruction, it involves making decisions about what to teach. It assists teachers in determining students' needs relative to the what, whether or not the what is content, process, skills, or any of them. Also, gathering data during an instructional sequence allows teachers to make in-process decisions about students' levels of mastery, misconceptions, insights, and resulting needs. Assessment is going to contribute information about the intended learning goals. It helps shape where a teacher begins in the instructional sequence, can provide data about necessary modifications for students to better access the learning experience. It even dictates what matters for grades and reporting to parents, and can even inform the learner themselves of what the end goal is. Differentiation is more of a framework. It's how we effectively teach students with different needs, how we give them multiple ways or avenues or routes to get to that learning and to access that learning. From Carol Tomlinson, the idea of differentiating instruction is to accommodate the different ways that students learn, and this involves a hefty dose of common sense as well as sturdy support in the theory and research of education. It is an approach to teaching that advocates active planning for student differences in classrooms. She also goes on to say that differentiation is the recognition, articulation, and commitment to plan for students' differing needs. According to Moon, there are building blocks of differentiation that actually have implications for assessment. And there are three. One is that learning is active. 2, high expectations must exist for all students with scaffolding to support their success. And 3, learning occurs in a social context. So when we're evaluating instruction, decisions concerning the effectiveness of the implemented instruction are made based on the student's level of mastery of the identified learning goals and objectives. This includes grading. Now, on the surface, differentiation and grading seem to have an adversarial relationship. However, to be ultimately effective, they both require clarity and focus on pre-identified knowledge, understandings, and skills for which students are going to be held accountable. Now, teachers who differentiate use ongoing assessment data to inform their instruction, which increases the likelihood that students are going to engage with that content, develop in-depth understandings, and then build the capacity to transfer their learning when the time comes for tests. Now, the importance of attending to individual learning needs in America's classrooms has reached a critical level as diversity multiplies across the student population. The context of these high-stakes tests create conflicts between what teachers actually believe is best practice and then how they address accountability pressures in real time. So how can we provide reliable and valid data that teachers can use immediately to drive their instruction? Technology. I will present 3 technology options that have the potential to accomplish this goal by giving teachers immediate real-time usable data. Google Apps for Education, Chromebooks, and a learning management system called It's Learning. So Google Apps for Education is the first one. It's web-based and completely free. Free. Can't say free enough. Only for not-for-profit educational institutions. So districts can pick their own domain name. They can integrate it with a single sign-on authentication process. It's even accessible from all devices, no matter the operating system or platform. So it's the whole anytime, anywhere learning accessibility that we really need to get across to our students. You also have the ability to have a Google Drive. So this is a storage device, and it's unlimited amount of storage. Also, productivity tools, which are great for assessment and collaboration and creating products with students, from email to their calendar, teach them how to be organized, all the way to documents and spreadsheets and presentation. Google is in the process of working on a beta LMS system called Google Classroom, and some new features are coming out all the time. Ultimately, all things Google with information stored in the cloud and student collaboration has never been easier, regardless of the device or operating system platform. Next one is Chromebooks. Now this is a hardware option. It is going to cost more money, about $150 a piece. There are multiple types of Chromebooks for you to use to meet your district's needs. You have automatic updates, built-in virus protection, very easy to use, even a faster startup time than traditional computers, long battery life. It's still going to work with Google, so if your school was a Google School and Classroom first, and then you switch to Chromebooks, it will be an easy adjustment. It stays synced with Android devices. You still get the best of Google with all their productivity tools, Google Drive, Calendar. Now, everything that you do will still be through the Google account and is going to be safely stored in that cloud. The last one is going to be ITEC8510. This is a learning management system. It is an instructional delivery and collaboration tool. It is a little bit of hardware, but mostly software web-based. You will have some flexible payment. The most typical is you're going to be paying per student on an annual basis, about $7 a student. It's still an anytime, anywhere, any kind of device. However, a student can log into this one place and see all their courses, teachers, assignments, things in the planner. They can have class assignments, homework, what the standards are. You can even do online discussions and online assessments. So formative and summative assessments, and get some of that data back much quicker. You can embed videos. You can do enrichment and remediation activities based on the student's level of mastery per standard. Now, as far as collaboration, beyond the students collaborating, districts can have it set up to where you share resources between teachers for collaboration across that district. And then there's also communication tools for parents, such as the email and notifications, so that we're all communicating about the same idea. A key point here is that more than 295,000 faculty, staff, and students use the Georgia Board of Regents online learning management system called Desire to Learn. So students who actually use a learning management system, let's say in public school or secondary education, are going to have an advantage over those students who have never seen this type of technology, whether it's a blended format or a complete online course. And don't forget that using a learning management system is also going to reinforce those student technology standards from ISTE, along with helping them master digital citizenship and communication, since collaboration and communication skills are a must for students to compete in today's economy. ITEC8510 does provide multiple features for students to create, collaborate, and communicate by using authentic tasks. Here's just a quick rundown of everything. If you'll look at the very bottom, the area of concern I want to talk about. With Google Apps for Education, you must have a quality and reliable internet connection, so a quality internet service provider is a must. That may be an area of concern for you, depending on who your vendors are. The Chromebooks, you may not have the funding to support a one-to-one initiative or how many devices you need for your district, so that can be an area of concern. And for the learning management system, server capacity with really high traffic volumes and density of users, especially at peak times. So we're thinking end of semester, grading period, end of year, testing time, when it's just seeing a lot of high traffic, may not be able to handle the capacity of the number of students or end users in your district. So something to think about. My recommendation overall would be ITEC8510 for that management system. According to Hobgood and Ormsby, technology allows teachers to manipulate content, process, product, or environment, or all four. These are things we can control, along with taking into account student learning preferences, interest, and readiness. ITEC8510 contains multiple features and tools to allow teachers to customize this learning, whether it's their specific content area or just trying to meet the individual needs of the students. We can change things like the content input, the learning activities, and even the opportunities for students to demonstrate their comprehension. According to Moon, to be successful in the 21st century, students must have the capacity to think critically, analyze, synthesize, and make inferences. And LMS contains features that are missing with other technology options that allow teachers to be flexible and creative when designing learning activities that challenge students to use higher order thinking and problem solving skills. In short, well-executed assessments at the pre-assessment, formative, and summative phases play a pivotal role in how instruction comes to be differentiated to meet learners' varied readiness, interests, and learning preferences. Educators seeking to create a differentiated classroom community should start with carefully constructed, purposely executed assessments and should use the resulting information to inform the instructional sequence so all learners have the support and opportunities needed for success.